Put us back on gallery.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. We're sorry for the technical difficulties, but the great thing about watching us is there are no commercials, none. We welcome you all. We're using Siddur Lev Shalem, which is available to you on the synagogue website, otaz.org/digital Siddurim. It's the Kabbalat Shabbat service from Siddur Lev Shalem. And we welcome Bella Brown, who tomorrow morning will be called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. So let's begin on page 5 with Shalom Aleichem, and Bella is going to lead us. Page 5.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hashari, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Seitem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu.
Thank you. Page 10, Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid nefesh av harachaman, Yedid nefesh av harachaman, meshochav dak el retzonach, meshochav dak yala lai 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 el retzonach. Yishtachave elmu, yala lai lai elmu hadara. Yeravlo, yedidutach, mino fetzuf, yala lai 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 vechol tam. Yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai yana nai yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai yana nai yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai yana nai yana nai nai nai, yana nai nai, yana nai nai. Yan nai 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 nai.
Page 11, Lechuna Ranana.
Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Lechune ranena, lechune ranena, lechune ranena, ladonai. Naria, Naria, Yetzor Yishenu, Nekad Mafano Betoda. Naria, Naria, Yetzor Yishenu, Bismarot Naria Lo. Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Ladonai. Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Lechune Ranena, Ladonai.
40 שנה אקוט בדור, והאומרם טועה לבבהם, והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי ועל פי, אם יבואון אל מנוחתי.
Let me call your attention to the very last line of that psalm on page 12. Im yevo'un el manuchati. The psalmist speaks of 40 years in the wilderness, saying that the generation that came out of Egypt were not able to enter God's place of rest, God's manucha, the Holy Land. But here, as we welcome Shabbat, rest has taken on a new meaning. Shabbat has herself become a holy land, a time rather than a place, a time of rest in which we are called upon to cease our wandering. Page 13.
Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz. Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, B'tzur miyom leyom Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Hu Shemo, B'tzur miyom leyom Yeshuato. Shiru Ladonai, Shiru Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz.
יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי איי 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 יעלו שדי וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי איי 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 אז ירננו כל עצי יעד אז ירננו כל עצי יעד אז ירננו כל עצי יער, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, יעלו שדי, וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי. איי 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 איי, יעלו שדי, וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי. איי 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 איי, אז ירננו כל עצי יער, 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 יעלו שדי, וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי. איי 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 איי, יעלו שדי, וכל אשר בו יעלו שדי. איי 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 איי. לפני אדוני קיווה קיווה לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק, ועמים באמונתו.
Page 15 and 16, Psalm 97.
אדוני מלך תגל הארץ, ישמחו יהים רבים ענן ורפל סביביו, צדק ומשפט מכון כיסו. אור זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. אור זרוע לצדיק ולישרי לב שמחה. Or zaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Ul yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Ul yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru ala tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Or zaru la tzadik ul yishrei lev simcha. Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash ki niflot asa. Hoshia lo yemino uzroa kodsho. Lifnei Adonai kiva kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek ve'amim b'meisharim.
Page 19.
Adonai malach yirgezu la'amim yoshev keruvim tanu haaretz Adonai b'Tzion gadol ve'ram hu kol ha'amim. And Bella, when you're ready, Romemu.
Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtahavu Lahar Kodsho. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtahavu Lahar Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Ramemu. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtahavu Lahar Kodsho. Ramemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'ishtahavu Lahar Kodsho.
Page 21. You may rise if you are able.
Shema.
Oh, wait.
Oh, sorry.
It's my turn. No, it's okay.
That's okay.
You'll do that a little bit later. You get to chill for a little now.
Sorry.
You're good, Bella Bear.
Page 21. Havu Ladonai.
Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai v'ne'elim, havu l'Adonai, kavod va'oz, ya'alai, havu l'Adonai, kevod shemo yishtachavu l'Adonai, v'adrat kodesh, kol Adonai, ahamayim el hakavod hirim. Adonai, Almaim Rabim, Kol Adonai, Bakoach, Yainai, Kol Adonai, Behadar, Kol Adonai, Shaver Arazim, Vaishaber Adonai, Et Arzei Halvanon, Vayarkidem Kemo Egel, Levanon v'Tzion kemo v'henre'imim ya'alai kol Adonai chotzev lahavot esh kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh kol Adonai yecholel ayalot v'yechesof Ye'arot uv'hechalo kulo merkavo Yahailai Adonai lama bul yashava yeshev Adonai melech leolam Adonai oz lehamo yiten Adonai yevarech et amo v'shalom Yainai Yainai Yai, nai, yai, yai, nai, nai, nai.
You may be seated. The mystics of Tzfat used to leave the synagogue and they would go out to the fields to greet Shabbat. Likrat Shabbat lechuvan elcha. Well, we're not doing that tonight, but there is the custom of bowing toward the doorway at the very end of the song Lecha Dodi. We bow toward the doorway. We are greeting Shabbat. We're greeting the Shabbat bride. We're greeting God. We're greeting the extra soul that comes to us on Shabbat. And so we bow toward the doorway at the very end. Page 23.
Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad, Ushemo echad, L'shem ultiferet v'li tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki hi mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava tchila. Hey! Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech yin melucha, kumitzi'i mitoch hafecha, rav lach shevet be'emek havacha, vehu yachamol alai chemla. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Yamin usmol tifrotzi, ve'et Adonai ta'aritzi, al yadish ben partzi, v'nismecha v'nagila. Hey! Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret be'ala, gam besimcha ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה. היי! Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai, alalai, 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela.
Page 26, we comfort the mourners. Hamakom yenachem etchem betok she'ar avelei Tzion v'Yerushalayim. May the divine comfort you along with all the other mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Page 27, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
Mizmor shir leyom hashabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, uzamer l'shimcha elyon, להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות. צדיק התמר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא עוולתה בו.
Adonai malach geut lavesh.
Adonai malach geut lavesh, lavesh Adonai ositazar, aftikon tevel baltimot, nachon kisacha meaz meolam atam. Nasun hadot Adonai, nasun hadot kolam, yisun hadot dochiam, mikolot maim rabim adirim mishpereyam, adir bamarom Adonai. עדותיך נאמנו מאוד, לביתך אבל קודש, אדוני לאורך ימים.
Page 30, the mourners and those observing Yartzeit rise for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divara kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayichon u'v'yomechon u'v'chaye de kol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'vizman kariv. V'imru. Amen. Yehi shmei Rabba mivarach leolam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal shemei de kudsha brichu. Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechamata. Damiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalom rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'romav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael. V'imru. Amen. My friends, Shabbat Shalom, once again. I had the pleasure 2 weeks ago of joining a virtual book party celebrating the publication of a new children's book written by a friend of mine, Rabbi Sandy Sasso. And the title is Judy Led the Way. I don't know if you can see it here. Judy Led the Way. And it's especially relevant to this Shabbat when we have a bat mitzvah debut. So I'd like to share the book with you this evening. It's a true story. It's the story of how Judith Kaplan became the first person to celebrate a bat mitzvah in America. She became bat mitzvah in March 1922, nearly 100 years ago. Now, I personally knew Judith Kaplan Eisenstein. She was a teacher of mine. She was a famous Jewish musicologist and musician and composer. For example, she wrote the English lyrics to the song Hanukkah, O Hanukkah, which is a Yiddish song. She wrote the English lyrics. Her father, Rabbi Mordecai Kaplan, was a major figure in American Jewish life in the 20th century. And their household was a place where questions were always welcome. So let me read you a selection from the book. It's Shabbat at lunchtime. That afternoon at lunch, Judy sat at Papa's right side, as she always did. She waited until after the blessings and her first bite of the sweet challah before she started. Papa, why can't there be more music in the synagogue? Why do men and women sit separately? Why don't women read the Torah? Do I have to believe in God? Judy looked at her father to see if he was annoyed, but he just beamed. Judy, darling, many good questions. He tackled the hardest question first. What does believing in God mean to you? He asked Judy. Judy threw her hands up in the air and groaned, Papa! Papa smiled. When we love and are kind, when we make the world better, there's God. Instead of looking for where God is, start thinking about when God is. Papa's answer made sense to her, even though it was like nothing she had ever heard before. She thought, maybe God is when I play my music and sing new songs. Well, her father was thinking about Judy's other questions as well. And he tells her that she is going to have a bat mitzvah. So back to the book. Over the next few days, Judy went to school and completed her assignments as usual. She couldn't stop thinking about her bat mitzvah. She started biting her nails again. She had lots of questions. What will happen when I stand in front of the congregation? What if the men tell me to sit in the back? What if everyone thinks like my grandmothers? What if the women think I'm showing off? What if something goes wrong? She sat at the piano. Nothing could bother her when she was making music. On the Friday night before her bat mitzvah, Judy's father called her into his study. Judy, Papa said, let me hear you chant the blessings before and after the Torah reading. Judy started to sing, but her voice cracked and her hands perspired. Papa corrected her pronunciation. Judy took a few deep breaths, closed her eyes, and sang. That's perfect. Papa's eyes sparkled. Now here's the message from Torah that you will read tomorrow in Hebrew and English. Practice tonight. That was it. One night to rehearse, no more. Well, the morning comes, the big day comes. Judy could hear every heartbeat in her chest as she took her seat. What if people leave when I start to sing, she wondered. The services began. The familiar words and melodies floated through her, and she relaxed. Then Papa motioned for Judy to step forward. She sang the blessings and read the Torah portion her father had given her the night before. No one made fun of her. No one walked out. No one laughed. No thunder sounded. No lightning struck. Everyone, especially Papa, was beaming. Even her grandmothers seemed to approve. I did a little research. Let me read to you from the diary of her father, Rabbi Mordecai Kaplan. He kept a daily diary for over 60 years. And here's what he wrote about that day. Last Shabbat, a week ago, I inaugurated the ceremony of the bat mitzvah, about which more details later. My daughter Judith was the first one to have her bat mitzvah celebrated. And that's all he says about it. It's as though nothing remarkable had happened at all. Perhaps it was just a whim on his part. Kaplan does not seem to have given it very much thought. He simply felt that it was the right thing to do, and so he made his daughter do it. But it truly was revolutionary. Of course, it took time for the custom to catch on. Only a few synagogues would permit Benot Mitzvah to read from the Torah until the 1960s. That's when it became popular in conservative synagogues. So here's what I want to say. This wonderful children's book teaches us a lot. First of all, it teaches us that questions are essential. If you have questions about God or about anything else, you need to ask your questions. To be Jewish is to ask questions. A Jewish home should always welcome questions. And let's talk about change. Change happens all the time. And there is always a tension between tradition and change. Tradition comes from a Latin word meaning something that is handed down. Something that is handed down. Why don't you ask your children or grandchildren what traditions they have in their home? Ask them what they want to hand down to the next generation and why. And finally, what I learned from this book is that women, like men, need role models. We learn through role models. Judith Kaplan Eisenstein was a strong woman. She was a strong role model. And so we should tell her story. The Judaism of today and the Judaism of the future are and will be strongly affected by the presence of women. And Judy led the way. Thank you. We take up our prayer books once again. And Bella's going to lead us in Baruch Hu, page 39. You may rise, page 39.
Baruch Hu et Adonai,
Beautifully done, Bella. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המאדיב ערבים.
Page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה. ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
Bella leads us in the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha be'kol levavcha uve'chol nafshecha uve'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavcha hayom al levavecha ve'shinantam levanecha ve'dibarta bam ve'shivtecha be'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech uvshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha ve'hayu letotafot bein einecha ukavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
וחיה ושמעות תשמעו מצוותיי. ויאמר אדוני משה לאמור, Adonai Elohechem emet ve'emunah kol zot kayam aleinu ki ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ומרים ובני ישראל לכנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם. I invite Bella Brown to lead us in our Micha Mocha. We're going to do a little bit of an exchange, so it should be fun.
Micha mocha ba'alim Adonai, Micha mocha netar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osefele, Norah tehilot osefele.
Malchutcha ra'u v'necha bokei ayam lifnei Moshe, ze Eli anu ve'amru, ze Eli anu ve'amru.
Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimlo le'olam
שנאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני קהל ישראל.
Page 45, let's read together in the English. Allow us, Adonai, our God, to sleep peacefully. Awaken us to life, O Sovereign. Spread over us your canopy of peace. Restore us with your good counsel, and save us for the sake of your name. Shield us. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us. And you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ברוך אתה אדוני הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Page 46, you're invited to rise if you were able. Bella leads us in Vishamra.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני Yisrael, oti leolam, veshamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורתם ברית עולם.
Beautifully done, Bella. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה בעלמא דברה קידותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם ולעלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן בעלמא ואמרו Amen.
The Quiet Amidah, pages 47 through 52. And please add the special paragraph for Rosh Chodesh.
Eloheinu ve'Elohe Avoteinu Imotenu Yalav Yagiv Yara Evi Yiratzeh Yishma V'Pakeh V'Zachar Zichronenu V'Yigdolenu Zichron Avoteinu Imotenu V'Zichron Mashiach Ben David Avdecha V'Zichron Yerushalayim Yirkodshecha V'Zichron Bekot Yom Rosh HaChodesh Hazeh Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu B'Letova Ufokdeinu V'Livracha V'Hoshienu V'Lecha Midvar Yeshua V'Rachamim Chus V'Choneinu V'Rechem Aleinu V'Hoshienu Ki Elecha Eineinu Ki HaMelech Hanun V'Rachum
Please feel free to continue at your own pace. Page 53.
ויחולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה וישפוט ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי ויקדש אותו כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות יא לה 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 יא נה 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 יא נה 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 יא נה נה יא נה 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 יא נה 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 יא נה 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 ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא אל עליון קונה שמיים בארץ מגן אבות בדברו מחיי מתים במאמרם האל הקדוש שאין כמוהו המניח לעמו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם כי בם רצה להניח להם לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד לעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון אדון השלום מקדש השבת ומברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעם מדושני עונג זכר למעשה בראשית אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו רצה במנוחתנו קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך שבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך ותטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך וינוחו בישראל מקדשי שמך ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ועלמא דברה קידותי וימליך מלכותי בחיי חון וימכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה בזמן קריב אמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעולם עולם מהמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה ברכו לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דאמירן ויעלמה ואמרו אמן. תתקבל סולטן והוד לכל ישראל קודם אבוני בשמיה ואמרו אמן. יהי שלום רב מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו amen.
Our thoughts turn now to those in need of healing. We invite Bella to sing the beautiful Debbie Friedman Mishaberach.
Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor HaBrecha Imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mishaberach Imotenu Mekor HaBrecha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. Page 56, we rise in body or in spirit for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We mourn the passing of Martin Sosnick, husband of Goldie, father of Michelle and Steve Gorin, Jeff and Marion Sosnick, and Wayne and Amy Sosnick, grandfather of Adam, Zach, Brandon, Andrea, Bibi, and Joey. And Beverly Friedman, the sister of Harley and Swing, mother of Ron and Linda Bailey Friedman and Adele Friedman, grandmother of Avery and Ian Brock. And also Nick Einfeld, the husband of Marlene Turkin Einfeld, father of Michael and Alan, brother of Elaine Friedman, and brother-in-law of Francine and Jeremy Weingast. Yehi Zichram Baruch, may their memories be a blessing. This week we mark the following yahrzeits. We remember Charles Weinstein, grandfather of Paula Rafal. Albert Joseph, father of Lois Seaman. Dodie Norban, wife of Larry Norban. Lenore Young, grandmother of Allison Feinberg. Tzion Elisha, father of Daniel Elisha. Jonas Kleiner, father of Norbert Kleiner. Leon Cooper, father of Andy Cooper. Paul Glass, husband of Selma Glass. Susan Nauer, mother of Pamela Menton. Bruce Shelton, father of Jacqueline Wolheim. May Resnick Galnick, mother of Richard Resnick. Milton Polinoff, father of Dana Schlang. Sally Flash, mother of Cynthia Fishbein. Alan Levin, husband of Selma Levin, father of Denny Lieber and Lisbeth Levin, grandfather of Amy Lieber. Donald Feinberg, brother of Erwin Feinberg, uncle of Julie Seifert, Linda Weiss, and Michael Feinberg. Helene Burt, mother of Linda Pressman. Henry Hupschman, father of Jonathan Shachar. Dorothy Dina Reiter, grandmother of Philip Weiser. Ivy Freeman, mother of Betty Smigel. Sarah Kaplan, grandmother of Francine Weingast. Evelyn Solway, mother of Susan Farber. Jeanette Borenstein, mother of Marcia Pfeiffer. Marvin Bruce Dratler, husband of Sylvia Dratler. And Rose Zweig, mother of Howard Zweig. You may add your own name silently. The mourners and those observing the yahrzeit of a loved one rise for Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divara kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayichon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalal v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mivarach Leolam Olmei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yithalal Shemei Dekudsha Brichu. La'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata damiran bi'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shalom Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh Shalom b'romav hu yaseh Shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. It's my pleasure now to call upon Mike Portnoy, who will make a virtual presentation to Bella and will also give us some announcements.
Thank you, Rabbi, and thank you, Rabbi Klatzker and Cantor Rubenstein, for leading us in services tonight. A great thank you to Bella, who participated as well. You did a great job, and I'm sure you're going to do a wonderful job tomorrow. And guess what? We do have some gifts for you. I'm going to give you a list because I can't give it to you over the Zoom. But I'll tell you that what we have for you, and after your bat mitzvah, you can try to figure out where they're hiding. We have a wine cup from the men's club. We have a Jewish National Fund certificate showing that a tree was planted in Israel in your name. There's a USY free event certificate from the youth department. The Women's League is giving you a new tzedakah box. We have a B'nai Tzedek Youth Philanthropy Certificate, which will give you seed money in your name for your favorite charity. And lastly, we have a book from the Jewish Federation titled Israel Matters. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you to Scott Wigand and Tricia Baran for your technical assistance, as always. And everyone, please join us on Shabbat morning tomorrow at 9:30 on the live stream, led by Rabbi Klatzker and Cantor Rubenstein. Bella Brown, daughter of Michael and Risa Brown, will be called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah. Mazel tov. If you have an upcoming birthday or anniversary and would like to receive a special blessing on Zoom during the Shabbat services, please contact Eve in the office. Now I want to talk to you about some upcoming events. These are all on the e-bulletin and the website. You can find details, but let me give you a preview. Celebrate Purim with Or Tzion on February 21st at 1 p.m. is the great Humintashen baking. RSVP at otaz.org/Purim baking. On February 25th is Purim Live Night, where we will virtually hear the story of Purim through skits and scenes performed by you. Dress in your Purim best. There will be costume contests with prizes for adults, kids, and pets. Learn more and RSVP at otaz.org/Purim. Okay, here's another one. You asked for it and Or Tzion heard you. By popular demand, Or Tzion is starting a book club. Yes, that's BOOK, book club. The initial meeting will be held by Zoom on Sunday, February 28th at 4 p.m. Join us and give us your input. And please get more information from the e-bulletin and register by February 25th to get the Zoom link. One of these days, we'll actually meet in person. Martini Night presents the Great Pajama Party. Zoom from your living room for a casual evening culminating our silent auction fundraiser. Please be on the lookout in your mailbox for the details. We're hoping you'll sponsor. There are many opportunities at many levels. And in addition, this year, we're asking you for donations. In lieu of experiences, please consider donating gift cards for restaurants or services. Check around, see if you have any gift cards that you're not going to use. We can use them in the auction. Ask your neighbors and friends for donations. All donations should make their way to Amy Lieber. We hope you'll sponsor, donate, bid on the auction, and join us on Saturday, March 6th at 7:30 for Havdalah and just hanging out. And here's a save the date for you. The virtual second night Passover Seder with clergy on Sunday, March the 28th at 5:30. More information on that will be coming soon. And of course, check out the many adult education learning opportunities taught by our clergy, programs from Valley Beit Midrash, as well as programs from the Ziegler School of Rabbinic Studies and JTS. Again, check the website and the weekly e-bulletin for important information on services and virtual program details. And to all, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. By the way, we are planning to join a synagogue in Shreveport, Louisiana for Purim morning. And we'll be sending you more details about that. A real Louisiana Purim. Something to look forward to. Page 62, Yigdal.
יגדל אלוהים חי וישתבח, נמצא ואין אין על מציאותו, אחד ואין יחיד כייחודו, נעלם וגם אין סוף לאחדותו, אין לו דמות הגוף ואינו גוף, לא נערוך אליו קדושתו, קדמון לכל דבר אשר נברא, ראשון ואין ראשית לראשיתו, הינו אדון עולם בכל נוצר, יורה גדולתו ומלכותו, שפע נבואתו נתן אוהל, אנשי סגולתו ותפארתו, לא קם בישראל כמו שעוד, נביא ומביט את תמונתו, תורת אמת נתן לעם אוהל, על יד נביאו נאמן ביתו, לא יחליף האל ולא ימיר דתו, לעולמים קדוש לזולתו, צופה ויודע סתרנו, מביט לסוף דבר בקדמתו, גומל לאיש חסד כמפעלו, נותן לרשע רע כדרישתו, מתים ישלח לקץ ימין משיחנו, לפדות מחכה קץ ישועתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיית שם תהילתו, מתים יחייל ברוב חסדו, ברוך הדיית שם תהילתו.
Hey, 76, we invite you to rise for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit, כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, לשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha-Shabbat. L'chaim.
Right.
Bella?
Shabbat shalom, everyone. See you tomorrow morning.
Shabbat shalom. Bella, you did a beautiful job. Shabbat
Very nice.
Thank you.
Nice, Bella.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Nevorach. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, there she is, Shabbat shalom, mevorach, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bim, mazel tov brown, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, mevorach. Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom, hey, Shabbat shalom.